right, we back with another episode of the Chicago Blueprint. We got Jeremy Stallone here. Well, I met him. He called himself Jay. How you doing today, Jay?
I'm good, man. How about you?
We doing all right. We finna dive in with you and learn a little real estate around the whole city and Illinois too, because you're just not in Chicago. You all around, right?
Yeah, suburbs, north, south, kind of wherever the client calls and needs a house.
Okay. Let's talk about how you got into real estate.
You know, it's a long story, but I'll make it super short. I work for Comcast. Most people know Comcast. I'm sure you do. I was there about 10 years. And COVID hit, and the company started shrinking, right? Leadership started falling apart. Opportunities fell apart, and I was like, I need to do something, but I don't have a college degree. I'm a mechanic by trade before that, 12 years at Comcast, and I was like, I need something without a degree. And I was like, how hard could it be to sell houses? We bought a house. We liked the realtor. So I hopped into it. And it's a lot harder than I thought it was.
Real estate?
A lot harder, yeah.
Yeah. How long you was doing mechanic work?
A couple of years.
Oh, just a couple of years.
It was way more fun with my friends in garages than it was to work for somebody else's shop.
Exactly.
Making pennies.
He said making pennies. Who is Jay outside of real estate when you're not doing real estate?
You know, I'm a dad. I got 2 little kids. I got a 7-year-old little girl. She just turned 7 this weekend.
Okay.
And I got an almost 2-year-old little boy.
Okay, you got little babies.
I do.
Okay.
And I'm married, right? So I got a wife of about, 8 years? Don't quote me to that, all right? I have to run that back. But about 8 years.
Okay.
And I spend a lot of time with my family, right? I'm out at the parks, hanging out. I just try to spend as much time as humanly possible because as my little girl's gotten bigger, I realize time is short, man. Time is super short.
It does fly. It does fly. I got grown kids. I got grown kids, 30, 28, and 26. It flies. So
I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this little time, but I want to try to balance it, right? I try to
most definitely
earn for the family, but really try to just kind of be there as much as I can.
Yeah, you got to, because you're going to look up, you're like, whoa, y'all grown now.
Yeah.
Y'all taking me out to eat.
I couldn't imagine 30. Like at 7, I looked at her and I'm like, we were just dancing around when you were 1.
Exactly. What part of Chicago like shaped you growing up?
It's a good question. Shaped me from like a young age or like
from a young age to like teenage.
Where you started, where you grew up at.
Yeah.
Got to be Addison. I mean, 20 years in Addison. I mean, we're talking, I'm 30, 38, almost 39.
Okay.
I think the world's different than it is now, right? There's no phones, no nothing. And I think I got to play with a whole diverse group of people.
Exactly.
I lived in an apartment for many, many years before we bought a house. And you just played with all the neighborhood kids, right? You went out, you played till the streetlights came up.
Exactly.
And you went from one side of the town to the other side of town. What sucks is that if you needed to call a friend, you had to like call their mom up, like, hey, are they home? You just drive, but you rollerblade over there or walk over there, and if they're not home, you're screwed.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't change it for the world. I really wouldn't.
Life, yeah. Growing up.
I miss those days. I miss no technology.
Me too. Our kids, they don't even experience that these days. No, they locked in the house on cell phones. They don't even go outside and play.
My little girl, I mean, we have neighbors now, which is great because I'm like, go play with them. But I'm still kind of protective, so I still step out on the driveway to make sure she makes it across the street.
Yeah.
I think today, this day and age, you got to be careful.
Most definitely.
Maybe it was then too. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just me being protective of my little kids.
Yeah, that's how all days are. When did you realize real estate was a serious business for you?
Probably 2.5 years in.
Okay.
I was working on a team, working for somebody, we were probably a decent sized team, 8 or 9 agents. But I was working full-time at Comcast, full-time agent, or people call them part-time agents, whatever you want to call me. But I was working from 6:30 in the morning to 6:30 at night at my full-time, driving home, maybe leaving a little bit earlier than I should have for my full-time job to kind of get to work early, but had to switch over to professional gear and then go into actually work in real estate and pretend like I wasn't a part-time agent. And for 2 years I did it. It was brutal, right? I worked till like 11 o'clock at night quite often, just trying to figure out life. And it got to a point where it got a little bit too tight. I had to, weave and dodge a couple things with my clients and be like, hey, I can be there at like 6:30, but as the market shifted, it became a little more stressful trying to do inspections, walkthroughs, while trying to actually pretend to work a job. You know, it was just really weird.
Right.
And I sat in my van one day and I told the wife, I was like, hey, either I quit real estate forever or I quit this job.
Which one?
And she goes, quit the job. We'll figure it out.
See, you got a good wife.
And I
She
quit.
said, we'll figure it out.
We did.
Exactly.
But I was stressed to the max at that moment. And I called the boss that I hated that dude. And I said, hey, man, I'm quitting.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, okay, you're going to work in 2 weeks? I said, yeah, I'm going to work in 2 weeks, but I got an inspection tomorrow, so I'm going to come in at 1 o'clock.
Exactly.
He goes, yeah, you're done. He's like, just bring your truck and you can go home forever.
Yep.
And I did.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And I'm still here.
There
so
you go.
Can't complain.
He knew you was taking whatever you had lined up very serious.
Yeah.
So he like, just go ahead.
Yeah, he never liked me.
What was one of the first deals that made you say, yeah, I could really do this?
Ooh. First deals. I want to say it was probably the first client that was a stranger to me. My wife's friend, their parents reached out and said, hey, we're looking to move. And I got to meet him and I realized that even though I didn't know real estate too well, I knew people.
Mhm.
After 12 years of people, 15,000 conversations. As a technician,
Mm-hmm.
I was in people's homes all day.
All
Right?
the time.
Imagine
Mhm.
I have to meet you as a stranger.
Yep.
I have to fix your cable issue. I get to hear about your son, your granddaughter, your
Yep.
dog. You name it, right? 6-7 hours in someone's house.
Right.
I realized that real estate's not much different. You just
Definitely isn't.
It's people, right? You're selling a house, but people lived in it,
most
and
definitely.
you build rapport.
Yep.
And I walked in. I said, "Hey, this is how we're going to sell the house. We're going to do this, that. We're going to stage it."
Mm-hmm.
And we sold in like 2 days. And then from just that connection, I went and sold their neighbor's house down the street that they'd known for 30 years in 2
Yeah.
days. And I was like, "This ain't that bad. I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to learn the paperwork side, which is
Yeah.
boring. But I'll learn that. But the people side ain't that hard.
Yeah.
People just trust you. They like you. They work with you."
You seem like a smooth guy anyway.
Yeah. Easy to talk to.
I try.
What separates a good realtor from a lazy one?
I think it's just hunger, man. I think it's really, that actually is good. People that are good, I think they take care of the clients way different, right?
Mhm.
I had a lazy realtor as a realtor once I became part of her team.
Okay.
I don't want to talk bad about the lady, but we went to buy a house in 2021 right before I was licensed.
Okay.
And we lost the house because she's like, "Oh, they're not going to take your offer." Okay, that's it. I'm like, okay. And me and my wife, it's our second house ever. We have it was a 9 or whatever. She was little. And we just would go like, okay, that's fine, I guess.
Right.
And we talk about that house 5 years later. Like, we could have won that house if we'd have just knew what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the hungry ones get it done, right? They think outside the box. Hey, how can we do this? Can we do different loans?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get creative. So because I've had my own punishment, my own problems as a buyer, I get more creative with people.
Okay.
Hey, how do we think outside the box? If you really want it,
Mm-hmm.
let's get it.
That's right. What areas in Illinois are underrated right now for real estate?
Towns or areas?
Let's go areas.
I think right now, Northwest side, Hampshire is definitely underrated. It is going to be booming though, for sure. I made a video about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because the cost of DuPage County has gotten so high.
Okay.
People are looking west. Yorkville has been booming for the last couple of years, exploding, but it's slowly running out of land. And they got the data center issues that they're running into, huge legal battle right now. So it's causing a little bit of turmoil.
Okay.
But I think Hampshire and those like further west, northwest suburbs
Okay.
are going to start to explode.
Oh,
Same as the southwest, like Shanahan, Manuka, they got a lot of land too.
mm-hmm.
All the builders are moving that way.
To the south?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of land south.
Yep. So they're moving that way.
Mm-hmm.
And the price of the homes are way less. I just looked at a duplex that's like brick, all the options, like 430 grand. You're talking full basement, 9-foot, deep bore, all that fun stuff that you can't even touch in most of these towns. So people are going to start moving further west, and they are, because they're getting so much more house.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
If someone today had 10, 20,000 saved, what would be the smartest move in real estate for them?
Say less. It's definitely, I made a video about it. It's the Chicago 2 and 3 flats, man.
Mm-hmm.
If it's me, I'm putting down FHA, your conventional 3%. I'm living in one of the units, the smallest unit humanly possible, and I'll rent the other 2.
Rent the other ones
I'm
out.
a young kid. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Me and my buddy talk about it this day. We're 38, he's 41. We're like, dude, if we had just known,
We all
We
say
we'd have
know
that.
moved in together.
We all say that. Yeah.
It's-
It just makes so much sense now when you get
Yeah.
older.
I wouldn't have bought a house or anything like that or condos. How do you house hack and get them to pay most of your mortgage?
Yeah. And
Maybe
live,
live
and
two,
almost
two
live,
dudes to an apartment. Not greatest idea, but
and almost live free.
that's how a lot of guys are making the money, or they're making money over time.
Yeah.
And repeat the process.
Yeah. Every year you can do it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Condos versus single homes. What's the best play for 2026?
There's a caveat to that. I mean, depends. Right? Condos are good, I think, if you want no maintenance, simple living.
Mm-hmm.
But for families, I don't think condos really make a lot of sense. None of the families that come to me are like, hey, I want to buy a condo. So I think single family, if you're a growing family, or if you want a yard, some space, like maybe if you're a little older, you need
Right.
an elevator building, or you just need something simple, or you want to downsize, a condo is a good fit.
Yeah, you don't want to deal with the maintenance, the
Right.
landscaping, and all of that.
Right. But it also depends on what is the condo fees, right?
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
condo fees in Chicago, absurd.
Ridiculous.
In suburbs, they're not much better. It's like 700 here, 400 there, but what are you getting to, right? Do you get a pool? Do you get nothing?
Exactly. What's the amenities come with?
Are are investors still buying aggressively in Illinois now?
Say less, dude. I am getting crushed in the investor side of things.
I know.
I just lost one, 18 offers. I think it sold about 60 over list. I said, hey, how do we win the deal? We're 30 over list. We're doing as is. He goes, if you could do 60 over and waive the inspection, I think you could win. You seriously? That's what we're doing now?
Explain those terms a little bit for our audience.
Over list or waiving inspection?
Yeah.
So, for instance, this thing's listed at $340,000. I pull in the comparables. I say, hey, it's probably gonna sell about 370 with the aggressive market. But here's the thing you can't account for. Data means something, but people are people. People don't always follow data. They deviate a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll go, okay, does it cash flow? How much cash flow is it making at 340, 370, 400? Where's that break point where the cash flow is a problem?
Exactly.
So my investor goes, hey, 370 makes sense based on the comps you're sending me and kind of where I want to make money. But some people are like, you know what? I'll make less money just to win. So they'll offer significantly over that list price.
Over the list price. So they still got to put down the initial down payment for the loan,
Mhm.
and then they got to come with the cash flow. The 60,000 that's over.
Well, not always.
So the bank will finance that over, even though it don't appraise for that price.
If it appraises, you're good.
If it don't appraise,
Well, then you got a problem.
that's what I'm saying.
So what you run into a lot of times is when you're going that high over list,
Right.
you're running around with appraisal gaps, saying, hey, I will cover the difference up to a certain amount.
Exactly.
So we had an appraisal gap in place, and I'm sure at 400, there's a huge gap there.
Exactly.
They're coming out of pocket something.
That's
It's never
right.
going to appraise at 400.
And that's why That's what I was trying to get to, because I
Yeah.
know it's not going to appraise at 400. So now they got to come with that appraisal gap
Yeah.
out
Most
their
people-
pocket.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Absolutely. When you're
Okay.
going that high and you're getting that aggressive, that seller wants to see protection, because if you say 500,000, I need something on paper that's going to cover that difference.
Exactly.
And if it doesn't, they're not going to take it.
But investors are usually using lines of credit, not just traditional loans, correct?
Depends. I mean, a lot of investors that I work with, either they're using DSCR loans
Mm-hmm.
or just standard conventional loans, because the rates are still pretty decent relatively.
Mhm.
Could there be other line of credit that I don't know about for sure?
Yeah.
You see cash show up too, which
Okay.
not HELOCs. It's 1031s have shown up. I've lost to a couple 1031s. And a lot of guys that are 1031s are aggressive too, because they need to move their asset to avoid taxes. So they'll pay list price or they'll pay more
Mhm.
because they're trying to deviate from paying taxes right now.
Exactly. Yeah, they want to keep most of that money. They're like, we'll just put it into an asset, so we got to pay them taxes.
What's the biggest myth about buying a house?
I think it's that it's always a good time to buy real estate, and they're always going to appreciate and stuff like that. There's a lot of things you got to look at in a house, right? Yes, it will appreciate most of the time, but there's a lot of maintenance to home ownership.
Yes,
Right.
it is. Yes, it
Like
is.
you got to realize how old is the roof, and these are things that I learned by my own mistake.
Mm-hmm.
How old's the roof, right? How old's the furnace? How old's the HVAC? How old are these windows? Do they leak?
Mm-hmm.
How much maintenance you got to put into the house in general? So yeah, it will appreciate, but I had to put siding on my house. That was $30,000.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, I got 30 grand out of pocket. There goes that appreciation real quick. And good thing I had the money, but if I didn't, like, where are you gonna find that
Where
money?
you gonna find
You're
it
gonna
at?
find that.
Right. So when I tell people, hey, first time homebuyer specifically, I'm like, hey, we need to look for stuff that's good, like newer roofs, great condition, newer utilities, because most of them don't have 10 grand to replace the furnace.
No.
So I
Or
kind of
when it was, and
the
then they need to
windows.
look when the house was built too,
Yep.
because especially in Chicago, you know, we have a lot of basements here.
Oh,
So leaky basements now. So if
mhm,
you got your basement done, now you got to replace flooring,
mhm.
pull out drywall, cut the hole up, 2 feet up, 3 feet up with the drywall. So it becomes a lot of problems with home maintenance.
My favorite in Chicago, I'm just kidding, is the clay sewer pipes. I wish they would get rid of all of that.
They need to.
They won't. I don't know why.
They all collapsing.
But you replace it with the same clay. You have to.
Why you like the clay pipes?
I hate them,
Okay.
but you have to put them back. So city requirement, you got to put clay right back. So a couple of my clients always, and I would tell them, sewer scope it.
Yeah.
You will often see it's shifted.
Yep.
There's roots in it.
Yep.
You're gonna have to jet it or rot it.
Yep.
You might find a break
Yep.
or humps. There's all types of weird stuff. I hate clay
Yeah,
pipe.
them
I
clay
hate
pipes is terrible.
Clay pipes, you're referring to PVC?
No,
No,
PVC is the
they're
plastic
clay.
pipes.
Okay.
Clay pipes is the reddish looking clay. They do clay pipes,
I haven't seen those. That's-
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
they're all
clay
under the
pipes.
city homes, and they're known.
Especially in the inner city. They all in
Mhm.
the inner city.
They are known for roots, man, like crazy.
For most definitely. How important is Instagram for real estate today? I'm finna jump into your lane. I see you're a content maker.
I think it depends on where you want to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know somebody that crushes on Instagram. Absolutely. I dabble in it. I play. I try to learn. But I'm not on Instagram an absolute ton. I'm here and there. I play with it. I love to post like sitting in new restaurants and stuff like that.
Okay.
But is that like my main lead source for life? No, right?
Mm.
I don't chase Instagram. I'm also a little bit older. I love YouTube. That's kind of why I went to YouTube, right? It's how I find things.
Oh yeah.
But I think it's important in general to be on social media, which is
On
probably
social
why you
media.
see in reels constantly in your feeds. I
Oh,
know I
my
see them.
goodness.
But I'm also starting to see the same thing starting to get mimicked everywhere. So everything starts to look alike,
Yeah.
which I don't really want to dabble into the same house tour. Down payment's 12 grand. 40,000 realtors do the same thing. I just don't get it, man.
Exactly. You got to spread your horizon.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Do you think social media help the playing field for younger realtors?
Oh yeah. I think social media is huge. I mean, look at Gary Vee. Look at the rest of these dudes. I mean, look at people that don't even have jobs sitting on social media, on Kick, Twitch, YouTube, that don't have to work. Streaming is their life, right? I think it absolutely has changed realtors and people's lives that are younger.
Yeah. What type of content actually converts into clients?
I think stuff that resonates, stuff that I've done personally. The three flat in Chicago,
Okay.
I've gotten way more DMs and messages and phone calls from that, and people see that because it's real, right?
Yeah.
How do you buy a three flat? How do you house hack? My veteran buddy did it for like $6 grand. Sometimes you can do it for almost zero. So yeah, if you're a veteran house hacking and multis, awesome.
Mhm.
If you're regular FHA conventional, you still do it for 3%. Now on YouTube, I think it's just being knowledgeable, right? You called me, a lot of people call me like, hey, I see you know about the area. So I think it's actually not just quick, flashy reel, but hey, this is a good town to live in. I lived here for 20 years. Let me explain it to you. You may not even know about it. Some people don't even know about some of these towns, and then we drive by them all the time.
Yeah. There's some towns that we don't know about. Especially if you on south side or east side, you don't really know too much about the far north or far west.
Mm-mm.
So
Like I didn't know about Hyde Park until I was interim supervisor for a month and a half here. I went to
exactly.
Hyde Park, Bronzeville, and I'm like, dude, look at these houses. Like,
Bungalows and gray stones and all that. Yeah.
some massive houses. And I drove by, it was at the time, it was Obama's street. And I was like, they blocked the street off like
Oh
this?
yeah.
But it's like, you don't even know. I was like, I didn't even know.
Yeah. You can't
But
go up that block.
you don't have that architecture though on the north side. Like far north, right? Edison
I was
Park,
just say far north
Norwood.
because like Rogers Park got a little,
Yeah.
you know.
But once you come inward, that's all gone.
you do.
You got the worker flats, you
Yeah.
got the bungalows,
Mhm.
but you don't have huge brownstones and gray stones.
Yeah, no,
there.
yeah. No, you
I
don't.
think they're cool.
Yeah, real cool.
I think it depends, right? A lot of relationships I think still important. People reach out to me and they'll send me, hey, look at this TikTok. And I mean, they're going to call that person, but I'm friends with them, right?
Right.
These are people that I've known for 10 years, 15 years, maybe, recently. But I think people do reach out from Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that because it does capture your attention. It just depends on who you're capturing it from. Like I just had a lady call me and she's like, hey, Jay, my friend gave me your information. You helped them buy a house? I'm like, of course I did. I know them. She goes, but I did my research on you though. I went to YouTube. I went to your TikTok. So she went and vetted me first.
Right.
So if I hadn't shown up, maybe she wouldn't have called me. So I think it kind of social proofs that you're actually everywhere. So I think it's a mix, right?
Yeah.
Relationships, I think, are still outweighing
Most
strangers.
definitely. I think so.
My relationships with people, they'll call me. I think I've done 7 deals with one family.
That's good.
They didn't meet me on TikTok. They were just one relationship. I took care of them, took care of their friends, took care of them. Dinner party, I took care of their other friend. I helped them move into a house. They're like 70 years old. And now I'm helping them sell a $3 million house in Florida.
Let's see.
That's not strangers. That's just they trusted me through the years.
And that word of mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually prefer that because you don't feel like you're interviewing. You're like, hey, Jay, come on in.
And you validate it from somebody.
You see my work already. That's right.
I like
They
that.
make me coffee. I've had dinner with clients.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, maybe we're going to have dinner one day.
Let's do it.
What's your strategy behind your online image?
My strength.
Your strategy behind your online image.
I used to try to be super curated. I'm not going to lie. I thought being who I was personally, had to stay away from real estate when I first started. Like, okay, I'm a realtor. That's all I am. I'm a dad separate, family separate. And then I realized people care less about real estate some days, more about who you are. So I started fitness 8 months ago. I started it on accident, telling me the same thing. Somebody said, do this challenge. I was like, cool. It's for business, sweet. Then I clicked the link and I was like, this is not for business. This is to work out.
Right.
And I realized more people reached out to me on fitness levels, on my personal level goals, my family, than my business. People are like, man, your inspiration and working out. I'm like, I'm just a regular dude who got tired of being fat. And I would just post the workouts, post the videos.
What you mean being fat? You don't like
I'm down 30 pounds, man.
Oh, that ain't fat.
Dude, I was fat. Trust me. Like, you can't chase 2 kids around fat. Like,
He said you can't chase me around.
my little girl's fast. My little dude's fast.
Yeah, they little.
But I think it's instead of just being curated, it's like I'm a regular person, man, and that's what you get.
Okay. Let me ask you this. What's one thing wealthy people that own properties understand that average people don't about properties?
I think one of the wealthiest people I know, I want to say that he knows, they just buy more property, right? They find a way to get more property, put more tenants in place, and build wealth. And they own a ton of it.
Doors.
Yeah. You just got to be able to deal with some of the struggle, right? Tenants break things.
Yeah.
Things do break in general. Not everything's perfect. Buildings are old. But from talking to him over the last 15 years, the money that they have from buildings alone that I never knew, and the wealth that family has, is amazing. It's generational, right? Like when he passes away and he retires, it's going to go right to the kids.
Yeah.
And then goes to their kids.
I think wealthy people use real estate as like their bank versus, people just traditionally trying to buy a home. Wealthy people look at, I can put my cash over here.
Into
and
assets.
it's going to grow.
Yeah, they put it into assets. That makes money. Duplex, 4-unit, or Airbnb? Which one you like best right now?
I can't stand Airbnb.
Me neither.
Some people like them.
Some people live and die by it right now. They love it.
Go to Florida. Try that. Airbnbs are terrible in Florida. 4-unit, hands down, just for diversity of damage. So if you have 4 units and one tenant stops paying, the other three's covering it. Yeah. Because if you go to duplex and you don't have, the reality is if you're renting both sides and you're making a regular wage and one stops paying, that's a little bit heftier than if you have a 4-unit and one stops paying because you actually have less asset to fight with, or I should say less income to lose.
Yeah, it definitely spreads across a little bit more easier when you got a 4-unit.
Yeah, I like them better.
Is Chicago still a good city to invest long term?
100%. I mean, I think Chicago is one of the best cities to live in. Even though one of my videos has like 600 comments and people hate it, whatever. look at what you get around here. I've talked to so many people that move outside of Chicago that have lived here their whole life. They're like, Jay, it's okay here, but the food sucks. They always say the food sucks.
Who
Like,
says that?
not Chicago. If you leave Chicago to go to North Carolina or
Oh
any
yeah,
other,
yeah, yeah,
they're like, the food ain't the same.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, we got Johnny's Beef. You got all downtown. You've got so many different cultures everywhere. If I go to Lombard, I can go get like, I got this Yemeni tea because from the like Yemen place. I'm like, it just seems it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, my friend from Nashville, she's like, you can get ribs here and then you can get chicken here. And I'm like, what about the same? You can't get it at the same place?
Right.
She's like, no, it doesn't work like that here. I'm like, I think Chicago
spoils you.
Yeah, I'm only gonna leave here when I retire, and I kind of want to look at nothing, maybe some trees.
Yeah.
Just kind of wind down.
You see, you like me. I want to look at some trees and
My kids are grown.
Yes.
Maybe I'll be where they are.
Barbecue and drink a couple of beers with the guys.
Yes. But I wouldn't trade this for the world. I mean, look at the
Yeah,
view.
yeah.
It's lively, man. I wouldn't trade for the world.
Do you believe ownership is still the fastest route to generational wealth?
I don't know if owning one home is the fastest way to generational wealth. I think being financially savvy is the fastest way.
Okay.
I know a young kid, very smart. His parents are super smart. And from a young age, he started saving a lot of money. Instead of going out and balling out and going to the bars, he's like, dude, I save 30% of my income all the time in the beginning. So he socks away all that money. He bought a brand new car and is still socking away a pile of money. And if you think about it, somebody that's 38, and I never thought about that, I was like, okay, I'll put down the minimum of my 401k because, I'm going to go get some drinks with the boys and I want to buy this new Lexus. Now I look back and I'm like, if I'd have just went to 6% in my 401k, would have socked back maybe 10%, maybe I'd have $1 million right now.
Yep.
So I don't know if houses are always that way, but I think making sure you have some sort of investment is the best way to generational wealth.
Yeah, I could think we all look at it at a certain age, like, man, if I just knew what I knew now, I'd be sitting
5 years
back.
ago. 5 years ago, I'd have bought a whole lot of stuff.
If you can just rewind the hand of time, then you try to pour that into your kid, you be like, listen, I'm telling you what I know. They'd be like,
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Well, hopefully I'm driving a Daytona Gray RS3, but if we're talking about life, definitely just still a solo career guy. I just want to be able to, I think ideally make sure my wife's not working 2 jobs. My wife hustles. Making sure she's working 1 job at the school and living comfortably. I'm not trying to be rich. I just want to give my kids a good life. Go to vacation, live comfortably. I think a lot of us live check to check, especially in this economy. Let's be real. That comfort is more important to me than trying to look super flashy. The RS3 maybe a little bit, but I don't need some huge house. I want to live stress free.
Yeah.
I want to go to 2 or 3 vacations a year, and I want my kids to not be able to pay to have us pay for their college and for them to have more than I ever had.
There you go. You're moving in the right direction. I like that. What legacy are you trying to build?
I'm really not.
I'm
not going to say I'm trying to build some super real estate legacy. I just want to be a good dad.
Good dad.
I want my kids to grow up when they're 18 plus, go get good jobs, and still call me. That's the legacy I want. I want kids to think that I was a good dude.
What advice would you give somebody scared to start today in real estate?
At least make sure you have some income, right? You have a nest egg in case, the beginning sucks. The beginning is rough. Unless you have clients and you hang out with millionaires, finding people is the hardest thing, at least for me. So I would say have at least 6 months of a nest egg or maybe a partner that believes in you like mine did. And then I'd say pick a lane. There's so many, real estate becomes so shiny. They're like, oh, do TikTok and do YouTube and do Instagram and go door knock and do open houses and do that. You do all that, you will do nothing. And I've tried a lot of that. We're like, I door knock, but I'm not a door knocking guy. In this day and age, I hate somebody knocking on my door. So I don't door knock.
Yeah.
I just don't. Open houses are good.
Yeah.
I try TikTok. I play with it here and there, but I lean into YouTube because it's easy for me to sit in front of a camera, to film, to think about stuff and say, if someone was moving here, what would they want to know?
Exactly.
That's kind of what I look for.
Right.
I drive through Indiana sometimes. I'm like, if I wanted to live here, what would I go look for? Because sometimes I do think about leaving, but I won't. I promise.
Well, yeah, Jay, we appreciate you pulling up to the Chicago Blueprint. If y'all serious about real estate right now, ownership and learning the business, y'all tap in with Jay. Jay, give them your social tags so they can get in contact with you for the real estate.
You can look me up at Explore Chicagoland Living on YouTube, or it's at Homes with Stallone on YouTube actually. Instagram's at Explore Chicagoland Living. You can always probably could call me. I don't know if I want to blast my phone number everywhere. It's on everything anyway, but
If it's on your social media, it's everywhere anyway.
yeah, you just call me at 630-689-7908. I mean, it's all over YouTube. It's on Instagram. You're going to find me anyway.
Yeah.
And if not, you could hit me up on Facebook. I got a couple Facebook profiles. You'll see my kids, me working out, whatever, man. I'm a regular guy.
Yes, sir. Man, we appreciate you coming on here and dropping them gems for the people and giving them another insight on real estate. And we Chicago Blueprint. We out. Man, thank you.